My name is Joshua Roebuck, along with Josue Murillo.
How you doing?
We're going to take a look at the different types of maps used throughout the world.
Now first, let's start with general reference maps. What is a general reference map? Well, it's a simple map showing important physical features in an area. They usually have a primary purpose of summarizing the landscape and discovery of locations. They are usually easy to read and understand. That means anybody can read it. And most of the early mapping of the earth falls into this group. As a general rule, general reference maps will only show relief in a stylus manner. Street and tourist maps are a good example of general reference maps. Now, let's talk about some topographic map. A topographic map is a type of map characterized by a large-scale detail and quantitative representation of relief, usually using contour lines in modern mapping, but historically using a variety of methods. Traditional definitions require a topographic map to show both natural and man-made features. A topographic map is typically published as a map series made of 2 or more map sheets that combine to form the whole map.
Our next map is a planimetric map, a map showing only the horizontal position of features on the Earth's surface, which show geographic objects, natural and cultural physical features, and entities without topographic features such as roads, buildings, and water bodies that are visible and identifiable on aerial photographs, but which can be compiled into map features through photogrammetric or surveying procedures. A planimetrically accurate map showing planimetric detail and other general features shows accurate horizontal distances between features. Next, let's talk about some nautical charts. A nautical chart is a graphic representation on a maritime area and adjacent coastal regions. Depending on the scale of the chart, it may show depths of water and heights of land, natural features of the seabed, details of the coastline, navigational hazards, location of natural and man-made aids to navigation, information on tides and currents, local details of the Earth's magnetic field, and man-made structures such as harbors, buildings, and bridges.
Now, let's talk about some topical maps. A thematic map is a map that focuses on a specific theme or subject area, whereas in general map, the variety of phenomena, geological, geographical, political, regularly appear together. Now, the contrast between the both of them lies in the fact thematic map use the base data, coastlines, boundaries, and places only as point of reference for the phenomenon being mapped. In general maps, the base data of landforms, lines of transportations, settlements, and political boundaries are there for their own sake.
Let's see what cartograms are about. A cartogram is a map in which some thematic mapping variables such as travel time or gross national product is substituted for land area or distance. The geometry or space of the map is distorted in order to convey the information of this alternate variable. There are 2 main types of cartograms: area and distance cartograms. An area cartogram is sometimes referred to as a value by area map or an isodemographic map, the latter particularly for a population cartogram, which illustrates the relative sizes of the populations of the countries of the world by scaling the area of each country in proportion to its population. The shape and relative location of each country is retained to as large an extent as possible, but inevitably a large amount of distortion results. Let's see what a distance cartogram is. A distance cartogram may also be called a central point cartogram. This form is typically used to show relative travel times and directions from vertices in a network.
Now, well, last but not least, we're going to talk about remote sensing maps. Remote sensing is the acquisition of information about an object or phenomenon without making physical contact with the object. In modern usage, the term generally refers to the use of aerial sensor technology to detect and classify objects on Earth, both on the surface and in the atmosphere and oceans, by means of propagated serials electromagnetic radiation entitled from aircraft or satellite. So what do you think about those maps, Josh? Did you realize there were so many different kinds available to the public?
No, I did not. I'm glad we know because I lost my GPS. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh.